Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Today, Ricky and Scott join me for another great show. Today, we're playing over and under with Disney situations. We talk about, we just throw something out there. Like, how many folks do we think are going to take advantage of the newly announced or newly in practice option to go to a water park on your arrival day? And one of us throws out a number. I think it was around 25%. And the other two folks say over and under. And we have a discussion. Scott threw out, I think it was 37% or 50% of guests that will go to Kilimanjaro safaris on their day at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park and so forth. So we discuss these. We get into Disney Cruise Line. We talk about how many folks at Disneyland Park in a day will enjoy popcorn and much more. So if you need some fun discussion in the car or something to think about on your run today and just say, man, they are so off, and they're thinking, well, today's the show for you. Don't forget, today's podcast brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link as you shop online here in the new year. It's one extra click and it supports the show each and every time. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're our all-stars. You keep us on the air. You can support us as well. It's just $5 a month, and that support gets you a bonus show every week. It's called Mike in the Midwest. We'd love to have you support us here in 2025. Come on over. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2619 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready to settle into the first weekend here of 2025. We're going to have some fun and play a game that we've played a couple times here on the show. We're going to do some over-unders when it comes to Disney situations. We talked about this a little bit at the end of Wednesday's show. Take a situation like, how many miles does a Walt Disney World transport bus drive in a day? And throw out a number, and the other folks will go over and under, have a quick little debate, and we'll never know the answer. So we'll just kind of leave it to you for discussion. We'll talk about it in the clubhouse. This is going to be one of those shows that will probably continue in the clubhouse. So make sure that you are joining us at beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse, or it could start a great argument in your car. If you're on a road trip this weekend, maybe driving back from your holiday vacation, you could be like, man, Mike was so right and Ricky was so wrong with that
Thanks,
pick.
Mike. That's nice.
Or
yeah.
Ricky was so wrong and Mike was so right.
There you go.
Either way you want to say it, it'd be perfect. Or Scott was just right down the middle. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm just playing with you. All right. So joining us today from Must See Adventures, where you need to like, subscribe, comment, and get on that ship with him because they're ready to get off the ship. They're almost to the end of the cruise that went for a year. It's been crazy. He's won trivia. He's won Name That Tune. He's had on a crown on his head. He's gone to France. He's done it all. Got to check it all out. Scotty G, Happy New Year. Happy Friday. What's up?
Happy New Year, Mike. I'm basically the most popular guy on the ship. Basically.
King of the ship. Exactly.
I mean, I've been on it for 2 weeks. The crew knows me by name by now. So yes, but happy New Year again. Is it Friday? Like still,
Dude.
it's like
I know, right?
Every couple of days I'm having a weekend here, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm missing my routine a little bit, but not missing 5-day work weeks that much really. But yeah, happy to be here on a Friday. Hope everyone enjoyed the bowl games over the week. We had some more college football playoff games going on, and I'm just happy here to hang out with my friends and talk Disney today.
Reality hits hard on Monday, right? Because that's when we fall into like getting back to the routine, and then like it's going to be apparently super cold most places in the country, and then the holidays the holidays are over. But I mean, a lot of us go to marathon weekend, so that's that's fun because you get to go to Walt Disney World. But this is one of those where you got to, you've just eaten 17 pounds of Christmas cookies, and now you got to get out there at 2:30 in the morning, stand in a parking lot, and then you got to go run. dude, what's up with that? Why can't we just ride rides? I mean, at least you get something at the end. You get a medal because you're out there
You get an
like
awesome
a
medal.
fool.
And you get
that's cool.
You get that accomplishment, you know.
I'm over
I've always
that.
said this to people that like making resolutions. Oh, we should do like a New Year's resolution episode or something.
We should.
Because I love doing that stuff. And right off the bat, the first week of the year, like I've already ran a marathon. So like,
that is good.
What more could you
I do like that Disney does it like right the second week of January, right? Because you just like I ran a marathon this year. Like, dude, I'm good. Like,
I'm good.
That's what I always say. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Like in February, I did one in January. I'm good for this whole year, dude. Checked out. I'm done.
You're like smoking so many people on their goals already, like 2 weeks in.
Check. I already did that. Done. All right. Ricky's also joining us. She's from a DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and the Mouse for Less. Happy Friday, Ricky. What's going on?
Happy Friday. And I screwed this week up because I'm already back to work. So I was off for, over 10 days, and now like I'm back to work again because I'm crazy. So I didn't, but at least it was only 2 days this week that I worked. And then I have a weekend, and then I get to go, then I have to start all over again. But it's I messed up. I messed up.
It is one of those things, like, at least in my, like, I was having this discussion with, like, Pam, right? Because she's a teacher, gets 2 weeks off for Christmas, all that stuff. So they, and Mallory's been off, and Paige came home for a couple days. But, like, in my line of work, I have to work every day because I got to keep up with emails. People could have emergencies on their trips and so forth. So, like, I do seriously work every day. And so, like, I get up at the same time, Monday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter, Saturday, Sunday, Christmas Day, it doesn't matter. So I am like Groundhog Day. It doesn't matter. So I don't get out of my schedule, but my girls totally make fun of me because I am the most predictable person in the world at this point in my life. Like I stay in a routine. Like Saturday means nothing to me. It's the only thing is like where we go out to eat's different. Like Saturday is no different than Tuesday, is no different than anything. It's so weird at this point in my life. My life is pretty boring. The only good thing is like Friday nights during football season, we go to the football game. That's it. We go to Dairy Queen. Anyway, I get to go to Disney this week though, so blah. Or next week on Wednesday. So, okay, so let's play this game. So let's do a little over under. And does anybody have one they want to lead off with? Who wants?
I got a couple written down.
All right, Scotty G, lay one on us. What we got?
All right, so one of the 4 greatest theme parks at Walt Disney World is Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I love Animal Kingdom Park so much. And I'm going to ask you to this. I'm going high too. I'm going at 75% is going to be your threshold here.
Oh, okay.
What is the over under of 75% of guests that visit Animal Kingdom on a given day ride Kilimanjaro Safari?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
I mean, it's the flagship attraction to me in that park. It's actually the greatest Walt Disney World attraction, I think.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's a fantastic attraction.
And all ages can ride it, right?
Yeah,
so like little kids can sit on a lap, older folks can go to it. It's a handicap accessible and all that. So
the only thing is you can't ride it pregnant. I do know that for a fact.
Oh, okay.
You cannot ride it as a pregnant person.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
Thank you for that fact. See, Ricky, you're bringing all these facts.
I'm bringing the knowledge, right? Exactly.
I know because there's always signs on every attraction, right? Like who can ride. I never noticed that was a.
I have a hot take on this one.
Oh.
Okay.
You want to have a hot take? I don't think there's any attraction at Walt Disney World in any theme park that would ever hit 75%.
Oh, wow.
See, I think Animal Kingdom could because it's a smaller park with not as many attractions.
I do agree on that point.
Well, like Magic Kingdom would be hard because there's so many attractions.
That's true.
I feel like for 75% of the guests coming through to go to, but the Safari holds so many people because it does, a huge footprint.
But it's way in the back, and you have to make your way like. You got to assume that you'd have to assume, make the assumption that 100% of the guests make it all the way to the back of the park.
Right.
And that 75% of that 100% of the people that make it to the back of the park get on the attraction. And like you said, you're now eliminating people that are expecting. I'm trying to think about this too hard.
I don't think
have you gone to Animal Kingdom and not ridden the Safari?
Yes, many times.
Oh, really?
I think I have, but it's not very often. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't say many times, but I would say I've gone to Animal Kingdom and not ridden the Safari probably 20% of the time.
I have,
Because you go there and you think like, oh, there's 5 rides I can do.
It depends
Like,
on
Yeah.
it depends on the wait time though for me.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
if the wait
Yeah.
time is like above 45 minutes or so, I'm not waiting in line for it. So even no matter, you know, how many attractions are at the park. So I'm gonna go with maybe just under. Like not like I'm gonna say like, you know, 70% probably do. I know that's not how the
I
game
mean, it's a
you
high
know, goes,
percent. I
but
mean, it really.
it's still
Would you have-
high. I think a majority of people overall do Kilimanjaro safaris, but I don't know if it's going to be up to that 75 threshold. But I do think that it's a
Yeah,
large
I mean, it's 3
number
out of
of
every 4
guests.
people. It's a
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
it's a huge chunk, but I
yeah,
just see those wait times all day, just like so high, and I
yeah.
just think about like how the capacity of that ride, and it
Oh,
is
it's huge.
what you go to Animal Kingdom for, in my opinion. And I could be
Yeah, I agree
completely
with
wrong,
you.
but
It is the attraction.
that's why I
of
asked the question, because
Disneyland.
That's
look at the conversation.
And
as
that's
far
what
as-
I that's why it's not really the number, it's more the conversations that I like about these kind of shows. Like it makes you kind of think.
Would you say it's the most ridden ride at
Yes.
Animal
No.
Kingdom then?
Yes,
No.
I would say it
So,
is.
so you think there's something that's more than 75% then, or 70%?
No, I would say it's the most ridden ride there because it reaches it's the most accessible ride, and it's
the
it's
most
the most
accessible.
it's the most accessible, but I still don't know if Flight of Passage would beat it. As
See,
far
not
as
everyone can do that. See,
Yeah,
I
don't
know,
do- I don't do
get
Flight of
that. Not
Passage.
everyone can do it.
Yeah.
That's true. But when
There-
you look
and
at the
it's
wait
height-
times of
height.
Flight of Passage, but then you also look that Flight of Passage has a limited. I don't know. That one's tough.
Because I mean,
I wish
Kilimanjaro
there
Safari
was a
is
way
the
to know these
essence.
stats.
I do too.
I
do
know
too.
that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, see, so
Okay.
that's why I love these kind of shows because it makes you really kind of dissect things. Okay, that's a good one because everybody can kind of that's good for everybody in the car. Everybody can argue about it. Okay,
So
let's,
I'm gonna say my answer is I think I hit the number.
you're
Yeah,
close,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
you're like, I
that's
think
what
I
makes
hit the
good
number,
debate.
I
Though
got it.
when you're close, it makes better debate. Like
But-
exactly, I think
but
you're right
you two
around it.
brought some great counters, and we got the chat kind of saying under 2, and like, and now I think about that is a massive number though when you think about like how many people are entering that park. That every person through that turnstile, you're gonna take 3 of them, or just take one person out, and everyone's going to Kilimanjaro Safari. I don't know, but it's wild. It's a long day though. They're
It
open
It
for
is a wild park. So there you go.
All right, so I'm going to throw one in because I just came up with this one. Okay, so here's my number. My number is 42%. 42% is my number. Okay, so, and this is for people on property at any given time. Okay, so this is people at the hotels, people in the theme parks, any given day. 42% over under those people visit Disney Springs that day or within their, like the time they're there. So like if they're there for a week on a vacation, they're like, somebody like me that comes down for vacation. I go sometime within my stay, or like Ricky, you're like kind of commuting back and forth from the villages or whatever, that you do go to Disney Springs on like one of your 3 days, like back and forth. Like you go over for like a dinner or to shop.
I don't actually.
Okay, so but 42% over under. So what do you think? Like
I'm
for
gonna
those
say
people?
under for sure. Because like I said, I and if I go to Disney I usually go every other month, roughly. So if I'm doing that, I'm taking about 6 trips a year, and I would say that I would probably go to Disney Springs maybe 1 or 2 of those 6 trips, maybe. So it depends on what's going on. It depends on, how my trip is laid out, whatever. If there's something that I want to experience, like a lot of times I'll go during the holidays for the Disney Christmas tree stroll. I didn't get to it this year though, because the way my trip was set up, it didn't work out. So I would say that less than 42% go to Disney Springs on their trips.
Okay. What do you think, Scott? Because I mean, it's obviously less than half.
I'm over. I'm definitely over, because I think about like people that are like only go like once a year, or it's like or every couple of years. Like I feel like they take a longer trip. I think most people take like a 5
True.
to 6 day trip. I think.
Yeah, it's like an average like a 5 would be probably
Yeah.
right
and
in the round.
I think most people are gonna do like a 4-part ticket maybe, or maybe a 5-day ticket. They're gonna have like a day where they want to do the pool, or go to Disney Springs, because they can park there for free. They can like do like a lot of shopping. They're going to do their souvenir shopping there, or a lot of times they might not be able to book restaurants, but there's availability at Disney Springs for
That's
restaurants.
true.
So, and I'm not going to say I'm not going like the 75% I do in Kilimanjaro Safari. I think it's not much higher than 42%, but I think it's over for sure.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I mean, I tried to throw that number there so it was like close, so it made you kind of think, because I think it is kind of around there. I don't know if it's up to 50. I think Disney would love if every other person during their
I'm
stay
sure
went
they
to
would,
Disney
yeah.
Springs, because I think that's a gold mine over there, because you're either going to eat, shop, you're going to spend money when you go there, right? It's not a ticketed venue, but you're going to go there to spend money on entertainment, retail, or dining. And it's, but I mean, I wonder if I just wonder what I think you're right though, Scott, because it's mostly people staying on site, and you're going to probably go there because World of Disney is probably a big draw. Maybe you want to go to Bolt, Splitsville. Maybe you want to go see Cirque du Soleil because that's just, a unique show. You want to see Drawn to Life. I don't know though.
I honestly think a lot of offsite guests will go there.
I think that
because
too.
they can
I
park
agree
there-
with that.
Because if you're an offsite
Absolutely.
guest without an annual pass, you can park there for free, and you can get your Disney fix. I'm not getting my Disney fix at a resort. Yes,
I
we're
agree
getting
with
it when
that.
we go to the park, so I might hop over to Disney Springs and see some stuff. So
Especially after this week, like looking at the number of people who were trying to park at Disney Springs during this last holiday week, I would absolutely agree with that. That a lot of people are, especially because a lot of people don't have their annual pass right now, or they were blocked out. So they were like, okay, well, let's get our Disney fix by going to Disney Springs. So I do agree with that. I think a lot of people offsite go to Disney Springs to get their Disney fix for sure.
Well, and I did that like during cheer competitions, right? When we're staying in the Disney Springs hotels.
Yeah, that's true,
I
you
just
did.
walk over Earl's Sandwich, get my sandwich, walk around, just get a little quick Disney fix, and we go to the competitions. So good
Yeah.
thought. Okay, Ricky, give us one. What we got?
Okay, all right. With this new addition of allowing guests to go on their first day to a water park. Okay, so we don't really have any real stats on this, but obviously yet, because this is just being rolled out. But I believe that 30% of guests will utilize this new perk. So over or under, do you think I'm too high, or do you think
I'm a big
too low?
under.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah,
I'm single digits on this.
Yeah, I am
Ooh,
too.
all right.
I would say 10% would be right in the ballpark.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. I just didn't, I mean, you get a free day. So like and I get where Scott was coming from. I think we talked about earlier with, he gets in so late. So that free day is basically wasted on him because the park is closed. But if you do get there early enough, and it's, look how many people, like I said, like to go to say something like Disney Springs because you don't have to burn a theme park day at that point. So I that's why I was wondering if you guys thought more guests would start to use their that free day at the water parks, and if it would make the water parks a little more
I'll be very curious, and I hope it's more, because I think the water park should get utilized. But I think a lot of these people are just going to hang out at the resort, maybe like waiting for their room. But you could wait for your room at the
water park.
Yeah, but one of the worst things, this is just me, I can't really get my vacation started until I'm checked into my room. That's why I have this pet peeve that it's been bothering me lately, that my check-in times are after 6 or 7 p.m.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, I'm not going with you. You have bad luck. I've been getting good luck lately, dude. You have a bad streak going. Yeah.
But because I just want to get in. I feel like I don't want to be at Epcot or Disney Springs or somewhere, and then I get the text that my room is ready. I want to be there and ready to go, so I can get my stuff unpacked and all that. But I might be the different one in that. But I'm mostly gonna hang out at my resort. I feel like waiting for my room, but maybe we'll be a little higher.
So I have a philosophy on this. I think this is one of those things, and I think there's a few things like this when it comes to Disney vacations. I think this is one of those things that it is ideally it's a great idea. So when you're planning your trip, when you're 2 months out, you're like, I'm absolutely gonna go to the water park on my arrival day, and then in practicality, when you get there, you're like, it's too much work. You're like,
yeah, I agree.
And Disney knows this, right? Because
that's true.
Because they're allowed to market this as a big add-on, as a big promotional thing to get you to stay on site. We're giving you a free water park day, and we're giving you 4. You have a family of 4. You have 5 people in a 5th sleeper room over at Caribbean Beach.
Right.
We're giving you this. I mean, that's that's a few $100s worth of water park admissions right there on your first day of arrival. But they know that it's, say, one flight delay, you're out. If things have to work pretty optimally for most families to take advantage of this. And that's
I
why I
agree
think
with
the numbers are going to be very low of people that actually, and if it does, I mean, I think it's a great incentive because you don't lose. I mean, it's only a win if you get to take advantage of it. And the thing is, it takes the pressure off too. If you have never gone to a water park and you want to kind of get a little brief sample of it and you don't feel the pressure of like, I have to go for 8 hours to get my money's worth.
Right.
You know, you could get a quick sample of 2 or 3 hours riding the slides, doing the lazy river if you want that. And that makes it make sense. But I just think it's going to be like 10% of people that actually make it happen because there's a lot of things that have to happen in the right order for it to work.
That's true. So selfishly, I would like to see this be about that 30% number just because I would like for them to have to open both water parks again at the same time. I think that would be, I think that would be the marker right there of if we started hearing the rumblings that, hey, both water parks are opening and they'll be both open, then I think that it will prove that this was more successful than, we think it's going to be. But I that's the only thing I can think that would cause Disney to be like, hey, we need to open up both water parks again at the same time. So.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, because you'll know. I mean, because there is a potential that everybody would take advantage. I mean, because you never know. Like people could all book early flights, and it would be overwhelmed. I mean, it's just, but Disney has these internal numbers.
Oh,
like,
sure.
I'm gonna try it. I'm so bummed that I'm not gonna be able to because I'm in the perfect situation where I would use it because I don't have a theme park ticket. Going down early for a cruise as one should, right? You know. So
yes.
It's perfect for your situation. It is exactly what you should do.
But the problem is I'm booking 2 days early, so so I can have extra buffer, and now I won't be able to use it because I'm taking a late flight. But I get it. They're not gonna want to add it to your whole package for your whole stay because then they could probably. Then they know it'll get used more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they want to make it so they can offer it, but they don't want you to use it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly what it is. They want to offer it and say that we do this.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but they don't want 100% redemption rates. I mean, think about the mini golf. Okay, real quick.
True.
What do you think the redemption rate? Let's just throw out a number, just real quick, like a lightning bonus round. What do you think the redemption rate is on those package mini golf vouchers? I would say that's probably my guess, 17%.
Oh. I was going less. I'm going 5%. I've never used one ever.
I've used them, but you got to use them before 4 when it's hotter than Hades in the summer.
Yeah, I've never even been to the mini golf.
I bet you most people don't even know they have them.
I bet you it's extremely small, but I would reverse that and ask you how many people that play mini golf use the voucher because every time I go there, they ask me if I'm using that. Oh, do you have the package or whatever? Do you have the free golf?
That's good that they're
and I'm
asking.
No, I just really love miniature golf.
I just really like being here.
But I know you have DVC, and I'm a DVC member. But they're just trained to ask that question because I bet you it's 60% of the people that play mini golf use the package. I bet you, but I don't think the people that get the package, it's got to be like 2%.
Yeah, you're probably right. 17 is
really
way high. That's way high because people don't even know they have. Okay, for Glim in the chat real quick. Let's throw this one in for Glim because he's been playing right along with us. He says we forgot about the mini golf. Everybody forgets about the mini golf. By the way, if you have a package, you have mini golf. But you got to do it before 4. You can do Fantasia Gardens or you can do Winter Summerland. It says number of rides the average guest gets in a day at Magic Kingdom. His over under is 10. Ricky, over under.
So are we counting going to Country Bear Jamboree as a ride?
Attraction. Let's say attraction. Yeah, let's do that.
Gosh, I know that Len at Touring Plans has don't
overthink this. Let's just go with it.
I know. I know this math exists somewhere too, and I'm like, what does Len say?
Who cares? Just answer it.
I'm gonna say it is about 10. So I'll go with under with just 9 because I think it's probably close to 10 for sure. So I'm gonna go with 9.
Okay, so you're under. What do you say, Scott?
Mike, I'm going over because I think the average guest is probably going to stay in that park most of the day.
Right.
I'm not going to be your average Magic Kingdom guest because I'm going to take a 6-hour break in the middle, or I'm going to park hop over later, which actually a lot of people could park over later too, I think. So that's where it kind of hurts me if there's park hopping involved. But someone that starts their day there and ends their day there, even with a break, I think it's going to be over 10.
I'm going slightly over as well. And here's my philosophy on this because I've heard, and this is just that I've heard, that more than half the people now are buying Lightning Lane multipass. Okay, so if more than half the people have that, they're going to get in more attractions than normal because they're using that to their advantage, right? So that's going to already buffer them to the higher side of attractions that day. So if more than half the people are doing kind of on the higher side of attractions, then your everyday guest, that's going to, kind of skew the numbers a little bit higher. So I would say probably the average guest is maybe getting in like 11.5 or something like that. If you're looking at that, I don't know. It's probably not higher than 12. It's probably like right at 11-ish, if I had to guess.
I know, that's where I was going. I was like, do I go under with 9 or do I go over with 11? That was my. I knew, like 10. I think is probably pretty darn close.
Well, because I think people listen to our show, we kill the number, right? Because I'll go into Magic Kingdom and do 3 attractions. Like I'll do the People Mover and Carousel of Progress and eat an ice cream and get a popcorn bucket and leave. Like, dude, I kill the numbers.
I did one when we were there on Christmas Eve. We did. We got Lucy's haircut. I stood in line for a popcorn bucket, which I got my gingerbread popcorn bucket. Woohoo! Yep. Yes, go me. And we rode the TTA, and then we left, and we went and saw the new Polynesian. So yeah. That was our day. So yeah, I did one.
10's a good number though, because I think 10 you're pretty happy with your day at this point. You feel like if it's 10 attractions you liked, 10 of your favorites, that's a lot. All right, Scott, give us another. We got.
I do remember Len though. He used to like have like a survey for that. Like, like it would be like, how many attractions a day would make you feel like satisfied?
Yes,
or something? I wish I could remember what the number was.
And I want to say it was back in the day.
Too.
Back in the day, I want to say it was low. It was like 8. I mean, it was like a single digit.
Yeah.
I think it was 8. Like the average guest
was
happy.
Just was that magic. It was like
8.
throughout the whole day if you park hop and all that. Like
But it was shockingly
honestly,
low.
that would be my magic number.
See, back in the day,
if I did 8 attractions.
I used to tell myself like 8. Are you kidding me? Like I went all 1,000 miles to do 8 attractions in a day. I'd be like, but now that I'm older, I'm like, dude, 8. That's fine.
8 sounds great.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. All right, Scott, let's go one more. What we got?
Okay, so this is like a goofy one, and shout out to Glim who was our statistician. Like we would talk about like an around the horn. Thanks for getting those stats. My 75% almost seems impossible based on the rides per hour for Kilimanjaro Safari and the park capacity.
That would also assume that the park hit capacity at 60,000.
Yes, which I don't know if Animal
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I don't think it hit 60,000 on New Year's Eve.
So many hypotheticals today. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. But so maybe 60%. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, so this is interesting. Like this one, and I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I really don't have any train of thought on it. Maybe we'll just call the number 5,000. So over under 5,000 guests get stopped by security entering a park for bringing in like an item that's prohibited. So you walk in and they see like, oh, you got something that's not here or whatever, and they have to like leave it or for whatever reason. Maybe that's a high number, but just think there's a lot of guests entering these theme parks every day. So I'm going 5,000.
So you're talking like in one park in one day. So like the Magic Kingdom in one operational day.
No, I'm talking about the whole Walt Disney World property.
Oh, for like one day?
And
yeah, for one day.
Where they get stopped or where they actually have something?
No, they actually have something.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I think of more than 5,000 people get stopped. I see.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. I mean, heck, I get stopped every time because I have my umbrella.
Or whatever. But they have to actually take something.
Oh.
Maybe I went too high on this.
Yeah, that's definitely lower if they actually have something. I
don't know,
take.
Man. I see it happen a lot.
I mean, Brian has accidentally almost brought a pocket knife into the Magic.
I think a lot of people don't realize they can't bring in like I've seen a security guard holding like a bottle of tequila once at the Magic Kingdom.
Dude, that's a party.
I think more than you think, people bring in stuff that they shouldn't be bringing in, and especially at Disney Springs too. If you want to throw that in there,
that's true.
That's true.
Yeah. Although, heck, that was before they had security. I was going to say that those one people brought in a grill. So, but that was before security was at Disney Springs. I'm pretty sure. So
we know that you can bring in a Thanksgiving dinner though.
Well, yes, that's at the Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
Epic. Yeah,
but just think, there's a lot of you're talking about Animal Kingdom could have up to 60,000 people. Like, just think how many people are in the Magic Kingdom coming in and out all day. I mean, security goes through a lot of people on those scanners, and you're not standing there all day watching everyone get in. Like,
it's true.
I think the number is going to be surprising to what you would think.
I think it's high, but I don't think it's $5,000. Dude, that's a lot. Dude, that's a lot. I mean, what would they do with all that stuff? I mean, they'd have to get like a
Well, they
box
throw it
truck.
away.
I know, but
Yeah,
they
I
need a
think they just
box
throw it away
truck.
a lot of times.
I mean, they need like a couple box trucks, like just for the stuff. You kidding me? Okay. I mean, that'd be like a TV show. Like, what did we
That'd be
confiscate
kinda
today?
funny, right?
That would be, I've heard like, Alabama's got some kind of store where, they take all the lost luggage. That'd be the new like Disney Plus shot, store
Oh my
or show.
gosh.
Well,
Like, what did we
if you
confiscate
look at
at
my
Epcot
list here,
today?
I started it off at 100. And
Oh,
then the more I
and then
thought
you
about
kept
it,
going.
I was
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
the more I
no.
thought about it, like 100 is way too low.
Yeah.
1,000 seems low. Let's do
5,000.
5,000. 1,000 for each park in Disney Springs is how I came up
Like
with
it'd be a picture of the guy, like his mugshot and his Patron bottle. Like that's the show. That's like the snapshot on Disney Plus right there.
I would say maybe 2,500 if you're going all parks, like 500 each park, maybe. Because you gotta think selfie sticks are included in that, and I think a lot of people don't realize, even though they say like on the tram.
Do they still sell selfie sticks in
They
2025?
do, yeah, I think a lot of people don't bring in.
I just think
try
a
to bring
lot of
selfie
people,
sticks.
and remember, this is like our audience knows what to bring.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
a lot of people go in
I think
there and
you're
just
right.
think I can bring whatever it is I want.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I see this happen a lot.
I think you're
when I'm
right,
walking
yeah.
in the parks.
I mean, yeah, I definitely experienced, I had the stroller, and I made it so that it was very easy. Okay, I took all the bags out of the stroller, carried them on my back, and then went through the detector. But the mom in front of me, she had the stroller completely weighed down with probably like 20 bags, and she's like, "Oh, I have to take them all out." So like, yeah, I mean, you have to think of that. Most
And I
people
think,
don't.
honestly, I
realize
think a
that.
lot of people try to bring booze in the park.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure
they
a lot of
do.
people try to bring booze in the parks.
Shady.
I'm certain of it.
They probably put it in
Yes.
baby bottles or something. Something like
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
Water bottles.
Sadly, like that is like that's just not cool.
No, it's
but
not. But
people do it though.
that's-
People like
I
to
mean,
break rules. for
Yeah.
reasons.
Oh, okay. Sparking that conversation, I think people are kind of shocked on the opposite side of that as to how much stuff you can actually legally bring into the Disney
True.
theme parks. Because I think a lot of people are shocked that you can bring in food and beverage. Because
Yes,
like a lot of places
absolutely.
you cannot. Like if they sell like. I go to the local ball game or something, like if they sell, sodas, like when I go to our football game, I have to smuggle in a Coke Zero into the H, because they sell Coke product or
Right.
Pepsi products. And I'm always like
Yeah.
smuggling it in,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Because when I look on a lot of Facebook groups and stuff like that, I'll see the question get asked of, can I bring food or drink into the park? And yeah, I agree with you.
I'm
I think a
shocked.
lot of people don't
are
realize
shocked. Yeah.
that you can bring in food. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so far we have the quote of the year for 2025. So far we're early. It's only January 3rd.
I like Jason's thoughts.
Jason says, down in Florida, the magic is gone the day I cannot bring in an Uncrustable. That is
Yes.
amen.
Yes.
No truer words have been spoken so far
Facts.
in 2025. All right, Ricky.
The days will be sad when I can't bring in a bag of Cheerios.
One of the
for my
craziest
daughter.
things I've seen someone eat in the parks that they brought in. I was in the Peter Pan queue, and it was like a bag of microwave popcorn, but it hadn't been popped. They were just like eating like the popcorn kernels.
No
out of
way,
the-
dude. You just made my
God.
teeth hurt. Oh my God. I just got my jaw
No.
is locked up when you
Yes.
said that. Oh,
No.
that's like Iron Jaw.
I mean,
That's
my
what time-
husband
Oh
will
my
eat the
God.
popcorn kernels when they're unpopped in the bag, when we pop
Yeah.
the bag. But no, that's not okay to just bring in a bag of unpopped popcorn kernels. No,
Yeah.
They
that's
should
not-
have went on the Liberty Bell and like took that bag and put it on like top one of the steam pipes. You're right there. You'd have popcorn.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Okay, well, there's that.
All right, Ricky, go
Dude,
ahead.
we could write a story
Dude,
of
I got
so many
smoked out.
podcast episodes of the things we've seen in the Disney
Oh,
parks.
for real. Dude, I got smoked out by some steam on that Liberty Bell one time. Dude, it like shot up and like came down on me, man. I mean, I'm not a litigious kind of person, but it got me. I'm just like, that's part of the experience, man. I was standing too close
is.
to the steam pipe.
Hey, remember when we got, shell casings from the fireworks?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Was it New Year's Eve or 4th of
Yes.
July? I don't remember.
I don't
Yes.
know. But I mean,
Yeah.
I just looked at it as like, dude, this is awesome. Illuminations was raining down on my body.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
I was getting
yeah,
hit
so
by
it-
shells left and
yeah.
right. But I was just downwind
was.
from illuminations. That's just how I saw it. Dude, it was 3D. It was like, Muppet Vision 3D, but it was like 4D illuminations, man. I was getting physically pounded by cardboard and like
Mhm.
gunpowder. But I brought a piece home, I think. somewhere.
nice.
I don't know
It's
where it
next
is.
to your pine cone.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, my pine
exactly.
cone's out in the living room. All right, Ricky, I think we got time. We got time for a couple more. Go ahead. We got.
Okay, all right. Well, now it's gonna seem like I'm cheating, but I did have this in mind before Scott mentioned it. Over or under 25% of people get Disney popcorn while they're at the parks.
Oh,
I really was gonna do this before you said somebody brought their own
Are we
popcorn
talking
kernels.
popped or unpopped?
Yeah, no, definitely popped. They're definitely getting popped. So 25%.
25%
Yes.
on a trip, or like in a
Yes.
day.
No, let's
Like-
hang on. I want to change this. I want to change this on you. Rick, can I have liberty to change this question slightly?
You could change it slightly.
At Disneyland, a day at Disneyland,
Oh.
at Disneyland Park, because
Oh.
I think this skews it a little bit higher.
I was gonna say, if that's the case, I would say like 33% get.
I see more
At
people with
Disneyland.
popcorn at Disneyland Park.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So you
Okay.
said, what did you say? 25%?
I said 25%. Yeah.
I still think it's under.
I still think it's under,
think it's
but I think it's higher at Disneyland Park than anywhere else.
Oh, interesting.
Because I swear, people at Disneyland Park are either eating popcorn, or eating a churro, or they're eating corn. One of
Oh,
the three
okay.
things.
I mean, you're definitely right about the churro. Which, by the way, my hot take: churros are not very good. I'm
No,
sorry.
shut up. You're
I
gone.
don't like churros.
Oh, they're
I
so
don't care
weird.
if they're at Disney World or Disneyland. I'm not getting a churro. It's not happening
Especially
for
if
me.
they're dunked in like caramel sauce.
No, doesn't matter. No, churros are overrated. So, whoops, hot take on for me.
I
Yeah,
just
I'd
don't
still
think
say-
popcorn is getting eaten that much. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
no,
like, are you talking by groups of people too? Like, because my family, we're not gonna get 3 popcorns.
no,
you
that's
know?
true. You're gonna get one popcorn. Yeah. No, yeah, groups of people.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that's
group-
those people are all eating it. I mean, it's like I'm not talking about like I mean, like if 4 people are sharing a popcorn, that's 4 people eating popcorn in my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd still say it's under 25%. That number's high though. Like I would say probably 15% eat popcorn in the park at Disneyland.
Wow. Okay.
But still, I think the popcorn's so cheap. We see again, Scott and I talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Like, dude, popcorn's almost like free. Like it's so cheap to make and like buy.
Yeah, but it costs a
and you're
lot
selling it.
at
You're
the
selling
parks.
it for a fortune. Even if you can sell it to 15% of the people in the park, you're making a fortune.
This
The-
is true. You are.
And
I
then
mean,
if
I
you put
always
it in
say
a
like I want
$25
the popcorn. We
bucket.
rarely get the popcorn though, but like at Disneyland, there's something about seeing like the popcorn machines. They always make me want to get it. We just see like the roasty toasty. guy or
Yes,
whatever.
the
yeah,
roasty
yeah, yeah.
toasties are the
Like
bomb.
that is the best like marketing ever. Like I just want to get the popcorn just because of that.
That's
Where-
true.
Where's your favorite roasty toasty at Disneyland?
Oh,
Mine's at the Haunted Mansion.
I like
The
the
Oogie
Harold
Boogie one?
Yeah, he's
Is-
yeah.
No, there's. I like the Harold one. The
I
one
don't
of
know.
the
There's one at the
Yeti.
Haunted Mansion that I like. I don't know. I always
Isn't there
get,
one
I
of
always get one outside the Haunted Mansion.
the guy in Toy Story 4, like the evil Knievel
Oh,
kind of guy?
Lotso. No,
What's his name?
Oh, the evil Knievel guy. Yeah.
He's Canadian, isn't he? Isn't he like
Yes.
I
Canadian?
cannot think of his name, and we're
It's
getting
Keanu
shredded
Reeves
by
is
our.
the voice of.
He's
of it,
Canadian.
yes.
He's Duke
We are
Nukem or
getting
something
shredded
like
by
that.
our audience.
Duke Kaboom.
Duke
Duke
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
There's one of
That's it.
him. That's actually my favorite. There's a roasted toasty of him, unless they
Yeah,
change.
there
changed
is.
it
No,
out,
there
but-
is one. Yeah.
I love those. Why don't they have those at Walt Disney World? I guess it's a
I
I
don't
don't
Disneyland.
know,
know.
but they should.
I
It would
know.
They
increase
should.
their
It would be
sales.
so easy. Just bring in the little roasty toasties. Come
Like,
on, Disneyland.
I mean,
World.
if they put
Could
like
be
a,
like Disneyland.
for as much as people love this guy, they had like a Josh Tomorrow one. You know, everyone would just be like lined up to buy that one, right?
For real. Where are we at? I totally forgot. We got lost on. So
you got
are
we
done
got
with
do
popcorn
one more,
ones?
Mike. Close us out.
Okay, so I'm going to go Disney Cruise Line because we've kind of hit Disneyland. I was trying to hit all 3 things. So let's say on a Disney cruise, on one of the ships that has either the Aqua Mouse or the Aqua Duck,
Mhm.
37% of the guests will experience that thrill
Oh.
attraction during their cruise. Over under Aqua Duck.
Aqua Duck or
or
Aqua Mouse?
One of
Um,
the tubey things on the top
It's
deck.
gonna. You said how much? 30 what?
37% is where I'm throwing the number.
37. Okay.
I think I'm going under there, Mike, because I just think like I think a lot of kids are going to do it, right?
Right,
Yeah.
So I think
right.
a lot
That's
of
why I've
like
kind of kept it low.
elderly folks
Yeah,
are not.
grandma's
going to
probably
do it.
not aqua ducking it. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like you see a lot of grandma and grandpas on Disney cruise ships, and then some people are just going to be so like into their day where like they walk by and they're like, oh, that line looks long, I'm not going to do that. Sometimes the ride is down to the winds and all that too. So I'm going to say under because of that.
Ooh, okay. I agree with you on the under. I think it depends on the number of kids on the cruise. But I still think it's going to be under than that 37%. Just because I don't know that a lot of adults are going to take advantage of them. Now I do. Bring it on. The only one I won't do is the aqua dunk because I don't like when I lose my footing and I drop.
I haven't done that yet. I can't wait to try
that.
That
I won't do like that. No, thank you. I'm out
you're like
on
a
that.
bank.
No,
you're like
no,
a bank deposit.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. That terrifies me. Because I hate that feeling of the unknown of when you're gonna just drop. No, thank you. That. Yeah, I mean, as adults, Brian and I are absolutely riding the aqua duck and the aqua mouse. A couple of times. I feel like we're kind of anomalies in that. So I think that most adults are probably not going to be riding it. So I think it's under that 37% for sure.
I think again, this gets back to the situation with the free water park day, right? Where Disney offers, I think everybody before their cruise, right? Like I'm going on the Disney Dream, I'm going on the Fantasy, I'm going on the Treasure. Like you see okay, I'm going to do that sucker 3 times every day of my cruise. I think is going to be awesome. And then in practicality, like Scott said, the day goes so fast when you're on those ships. You're doing so many things. You're in port. You're going to dinner. You're trying to get dressed. You're doing a tasting. And then all of a sudden, the day gets away from you. And all of a sudden that day you didn't get to do it. Then the next day it's too windy or you got to have a double and you're a single. And that day gets away. And all of a sudden your cruise is over.
Into.
Yeah. I mean, things like that happen.
I wait in the line and then I get up there like, oh, we're starting to down to the winds or whatever.
I think that's what keeps the number probably below even a 37%. And then the kids that like it, they'll probably do it 28 times during a cruise. You have that like target audience.
For sure.
That, and sometimes it's just like when you get to our age, like it's like, man, it's too cold. And it's like 70.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
I
don't want to get on that.
Right, sometimes you're just like, I don't want to put on my trunks. You're just lazy.
I do love it though.
It is awesome. I do too.
I love it too.
I did not do the aqua mouse around the Wish, so maybe I will on this upcoming cruise.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh.
So you've never done the aqua mouse?
I've never done that.
Oh, so you'll love it because I swear what it is, it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
It is.
Totally. Yeah. And you love that attraction. Yeah.
I'm excited. I think, what happened is just the last cruise, like it's a podcast cruise. I'm talking with people, I'm mingling, I'm doing all this stuff. And then I don't think I ever went to a pool. I didn't even go into the adults pool, which I'm hoping to do on this next cruise too. But again, that's a 3-nighter and I've already planned out my whole trip. So you already know I'm not going. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely get on it because it's totally made for you because you'll like it. All right, well, hey, that was fun. We had a good time there. I hope everybody else did. That was good. Over and under shows out. There we go. 0.
Yep.
This show is 100% over.
That's what I meant to do. See, I was hoping you'd jump in there because I was like, I don't know how to finish this. I don't know how that goes. You just nailed it. All right, so we're going to jump out of here and hope you have a great weekend. And we'll be back on Monday with a great trip report. But until then, don't forget, we are helping you plan great Disney vacations for no additional cost to you over at themagicforless.com. So check out all the details today, again, over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That is beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That really helps us out. And you can support us on Patreon as well. Thank you to everybody who does that. A huge thank you to all you folks. And you can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd love to have you at patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. Give us a follow on the social media. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. And again, next week, I'll be down at Walt Disney World tweeting it up and posting all those pictures and videos from Marathon Weekend. So again, follow me over there at Be Our Guest Mike. Scott is over on all the social media at Epscott, EPSCOT, but more importantly, at Must See Adventures on YouTube. Scott, what's going on over there real quick?
We got a sea day and a day in Spain, and I'm editing currently our last day of the cruise, which is go to Mont Saint Michel, another scene out of Impressions de France.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to miss that if you love the greatest attraction like I do at Walt Disney World. So come check it out. It's a lot of fun.
I will send a selfie from Impressions de France next week for you. Best attraction at Epcot.
I might just have to come down there to the frozen tundra and watch it with you.
It's a good one for when it's cold. I might just have to do a double feature. Yes. And Ricky's at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS on the socials. And you can check her out at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com and The Mouse for Less. Ricky, what's happening on your places?
On my places?
Because you have 2 websites. I don't know. Because it's hard to say. It's hard to say in advance for something like that because it's more breaking news kind of stuff.
it's all good. Yeah. So for Disney World, after all, there's a lot of breaking news. So if you missed the news about free dining coming out, I've got that on there. And then on my socials, right now I'm sharing a little bit from my trip. So I shared we saw the gingerbread house before obviously the holidays. And then I did experience the new Island Tower. I didn't stay there, but we went there. We ate at the new restaurant. So I've got some videos coming up for that. I got Lucy's first haircut, which means I've got videos coming up for that. So I've got some videos in the hopper that came from that trip. So I've got some stuff on my socials coming up too. That's going to be unique to that. So you can go check those out at Disney World after all.
And we'll talk about
it's on
those.
like all the platforms, that exist for now.
Sweet. And we'll talk about those here on the show here coming up too soon. So we'll get to those as well, because I can't wait to hear about the haircut. I forgot to talk about that.
Yes.
All right. So don't forget, you can join us in the clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And Sunday night, we'll have a call-in show. Yes, we'll have one more before I go out of town. So join us 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central in all the places and give us a call. We can talk about Marathon Weekend, about Jack Frost visiting us, looks like. But we'll make it. We'll be fine. It's cold wherever we live. So hey, it's cold down there. We all have long, runner's tights and all that stuff. And it'll just make us run faster because we want to get back to the bus. That's how it's going to be. We've done it before. And just call us Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We'll have a good time with that. And then we'll skedaddle down to Walt Disney World. We'll have a good time with that. So until we get back together again, I hope you all have a great weekend. So for Scott and Ricky, I'm Mike, wishing you a happy Friday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
And happy birthday, Mallory!
Happy birthday, Mallory! Yay!
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.